Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly and today I'm here with a new 1 hour crafting project. Now this book might take a little bit longer than an hour, but it is so worth it. So hi guys, welcome back to another 1 hour crafting series. Today we're going to be working with this Paris collection. I did reveal this morning the kits that we're going to be using for every week, so I'm going to link my website on the description box below. For this project I do have a cutting guide available on my website, and if you purchase the kit, that will be sent to you automatically. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start with this project. I'm going to start with 2 pieces of chipboard. These two were cut at 8 3/4 by 7.5, and then I have one of 8 3/4 by 3 inches, and we're going to wrap those on some lightweight cardstock. So I'm going to join these 3 pieces together, and so I'm going to speed up this part right here because you have seen me done this so many times and I just don't want to bore you. Okay, so now we have our base ready and let's work on the hinge. So for that I'm going to use a piece of 8 inches by 11, and we are going to score at 2 inches. Then we're going to score at 2 3/4 and 3.5, then 4 inches, 4 3/4, 5.5, 6 inches, 6 3/4, 7.5, 8 inches, 8 3/4, and 9.5. And then we're going to fold along the score lines to make the hinge. So the first 2 3/4 inches we're gonna pinch together. Okay, and then we're gonna fold these down and to the other side as well, and that's gonna be our hinge 1. Then we're gonna skip the 1/2 inch and do the same with the next one, and then we're gonna press down. Okay, and same thing here, skip and join together and fold down and skip and join together. Okay, and then we're gonna fold down, and then we're gonna turn this to the back, and we are going to add our double-sided tape on the back of each one of these. And then we're going to peel off the tape and join the 3/4 inches together here again. And then we are going to add our double-sided tape on the other side here. So you want to put it on each one of the hinges on the front and back. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces of 8.5 by 7.25, and these are going to be for the inside covers, and this is going to support the hinge when we glue it onto our book. So now let's glue this. So now we're going to glue our hinges onto our book and here. Okay, and then I'm going to center the hinges within the spine. I'm just gonna put that right there. Okay, and then we're just gonna press down, and I'm gonna press in between the pages here as well, the hinges, and right here. Okay, and then you want to score along the bending lines. So I'm just going to grab these and just make a straight line, okay, right on the bending line. And same thing for this other side. Okay, so we're just gonna score right here. And then we're going to fold these sides in, and we're going to glue the piece that we just cut out here, and this is going to protect your hinge. So there we go. Now we're gonna work on the pages. So I'm using this cardstock, which is kind of different to what we always use. This is 110 that I found on Amazon. I will link it below, but you can use any one that you have. But this one is kind of weird because it's 14 inches long, but I actually don't mind it because we can get more out of the paper here. So for the base pages, we are going to need 4 pieces of 8.5 by 7. And this is actually going to be 8.25, not 8.5. So it's going to be 7 by 8.25. And then we're going to need 4 pieces of 9.25 by 7. Then we're going to score these 4 pieces, the ones that measure 9.25. We're going to score at 1/2 inch on both sides. So that will be 1/2 inch and 8 3/4. And then we're going to fold along the score lines and add our tape here. So we're just going to use the double-sided tape, and this tape that I'm using is the 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so that fits perfect on your 1/2 inch section. And I'm just gonna do both sides, and then you want to press on your tape. Okay, press, and we're going to peel off a section of the tape. So we're gonna add this other piece right on top. Okay, line those up, and then we're gonna press down on the sticky side and remove the tape. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side, remove the tape. Okay, and there you go. Now we have the base page. So I am just going to do the same for all the 4 pieces. So here we have our 4 base pages, and now we're going to work on these pages. So to make this tutorial faster, we're going to work on just one layout for side A and one layout for side B, and that is going to repeat for all 4 pieces. But I'm also going to show you how you can make them a little bit different at the same time. So we are going to cut 4 pieces of 7 inches by 8.25. Then I'm also going to need 2 pieces of 4¼ by 8¼ so I'm using the leftovers that I had. Okay, so 4¼ by 8¼ so I'm going to score the 4¼ inch pages at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inches. Okay, so we will do the same for both, 1/2 inch and 3/4 inches. And then the 4 pieces that are 7 by 8¼ I'm going to score at 1/2 inch along the 7-inch side. Okay, so I'm going to do 4. Okay, and one more here. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first page, and so we're going to fold along the score lines on these 2 lines. Okay, so as you can see, we will have a 1/4 inch gussets for this gatefold page. So I'm gonna fold these along the score lines, and this one as well. Okay, and then I'm going to glue each one of these to each side. So I'm gonna add my glue. Okay, and I'm gonna glue one on the left. Okay, press down. And I'm going to open this up and press down here, and then one will be going on the right. Okay, so I'm going to add this one right here. Okay, and then I'm going to open that up and press down. And then we have the 7 by 8¼ and we are going to add one right here on the center of these 2 bending lines right there. So we're gonna add the glue and add this piece. Okay, press down, and then we're gonna add the next one on top of the one that we just added. So this will go right here. Okay, so we're gonna add the glue, and I'm gonna turn this so I can line this up. Okay, there you go. Press down. Then the next one is gonna go at the end of the one we just added. So we're creating an accordion fold type page. Okay, so that one right here, press down, and then the next one, okay, will go on this edge right there, and press down. So here we go. So we have our long accordion folds, so lots of room for pictures here. And I'm just gonna press down here because I don't like when it bubbles up like that. So make sure this is folded, and that is one way to add this layout. Okay, so I cut here my 4 pieces of 7 by 8¼ which is the same one we just did, and I'm also doing the score line at 1/2 inch. Okay, and then I have the 2 other pieces that are 4¼ by 8¼ and we're going to score at 1/2 and 3/4. So just exactly like we did the other one. Okay, so I added the gatefold flaps just like we did before, and now we're gonna add the different option for this side. So I'm going to start with the first one, and I am just simply going to add one on the side. So this one you want to put really close to the bending line, of course without touching the bending line right there. Okay, so I'm gonna do one, and then I'm going to do another one right on top. Okay, so add my glue, and this one will go on the same side right on top of this. Okay, so I'm gonna press down. Then we're gonna open these two pages and do the same on the other side. So I'm going to fold along the score line for one and for two, and we're gonna add the glue and line this up here again really close to the bending line. Okay, one, and then we're gonna add the second one on top. Okay, one and two. So then we're gonna open this one up, and then we're just gonna close one, two, one, two, and this is all gonna go inside our gatefold page. So for the third option, I will add one of the pieces on the left side. Okay, and we're just gonna add this one here, and then I will add this second piece on top of the first one we added, and we're gonna line it up to the edge. Okay, just like that. Press down, and then we're gonna open this up and do the same on the other side. So we're gonna fold, add this one, okay, along the other side now. So again, make sure you're not touching your bending line, and just press down, and then this one will go on top here. Okay, so here we go. And now for this layout, we have a double accordion fold inside our gatefold. And the last option will be to add all of the pages on one side, and that way we have like a booklet inside the gatefold. So I'm just gonna add one here. Okay, make sure you don't glue on your bending line. Press down, and then we're gonna add the other ones on top. Okay, so the same cut, just different options on adding these pages just to make it a little bit more fun, but it also saves you a lot of time because you're cutting everything the same, and then when you start matting your pages with your design paper, it would also be the same cut, so it makes it super fast. Okay, so I'm gonna add this last one. Okay, right here. And so then this will close like that, and then here we have just like a booklet for this page. So those are the options for side A, and now let's work on side B. So for side B, we are going to need two pieces of 7 by 8 and a quarter, and these two pieces are for each one of the pages. So we're actually going to need 8, right? So 2 for each. So I'm going to just cut all 8 of them. Okay, so for side B, I'm also going to show you different options on how we're gonna add these pages. So the first one is going to be score at 1/2 inch along the 7-inch side, and all of this is going to be detailed on the cutting guide, how you're going to score and how you're going to glue. And so I'm going to fold along the score lines, and so I'm going to start with the first one here. Okay, so I'm just grabbing any random one. I don't have them, maybe I should put them in order, but this will basically depend on how you want to add them, and it doesn't quite matter. Okay, so on the first one I am going to add one on each side. Okay, so again, really easy layouts, but they go super fast because you're doing one size cutting. It will be one size for the matting paper as well, and it will be super fast to make. So I'm just gonna add one to one side and then one on the other side. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this one here and press down. Okay, so I'm gonna open this up and just press down here as well. Okay, so this will be our side A, or side B, option 1. Then we're gonna work with the next one. So for this one, I'm going to score the 1/2 inch along the 8 1/4. So we're gonna do 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, so again, fold along the score lines, and we are going to add one on top and one on the bottom. Okay, so let's add some glue here and add this one right there. Press down, and then we're going to open this up and add this one right here. Okay, and this will be option 2 for side B. So this opens up and down. So for the next one, I'm also going to do 1/2 inch along the 7-inch side, and we are going to add one on top of the other, and this will be like an accordion fold out page. Okay, so you want to make sure that you add on the opposite side of the hinge. Okay, so I'm gonna add this one right here, and then we're going to glue this one to the side of the page. Okay, so quick and easy, different options. You can of course just pick one of them and repeat it throughout as well, and that should be fine. So I'm just gonna add that right there, and then we're going to do the last one here. So for this one, I'm also going to score along the 8 1/4. Okay, at 1/2 inch, and then we're going to fold along the score lines, 1 and 2, and I'm going to bring the next page, and then we're going to glue one on the top right here, and then we add the other one at the bottom of the piece that we just added here. So another little variation with the same cut. Okay, so now let's add these pages onto our book. So now we're gonna add the pages onto the book. So we're gonna find the center of your base page, and we're going to insert that on the hinge. Okay, and then we are just going to peel off the tape. So I'm going to remove some from the top and add this. So then you want to make sure this is center up and down. Okay, so here we go. And then you want to turn these to the back and remove the tape on the back here as well. Okay, so there we go. And then we're just simply going to do the same for all these pieces. So there we go. Now we have all our pages added onto our book, and because this book is a little bit more on the longer side, I'm just going to decorate the cover here with you, and then I'll come back and show you the final project. And so for that, I went ahead and cut my design paper at 7 1/4. Okay, so this is 8 inches by 7 1/4, and then I'm using another piece here, and this is 7 1/4 by 3 inches, and I'm going to add this one here on top. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this down, and we're gonna add that right here. Okay, and then we are going to glue this second piece right on top. Okay, just like that. And I love the combination here. It looks very, very Parisian. And then I'm going to use the ribbon, and this comes on your kits as well. Okay, so let me see if I can open that up. And I'm going to add the ribbon right on the connection of the two pieces of paper. So I'm going to cut that right there. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to use fabric glue. So I'm going to try to just a little bit, because I made the opening too big and it's just too much coming out. Okay, that's okay. So I'm just gonna spread this out a little bit. You don't want chunks of glue, because then your ribbon will get it will look a little bit wet and stained, so I'm trying to avoid that. And I'm just going to add the ribbon right here, and I just love that. So then I'm going to use the chipboard piece. Again, this is included in the kit, and I'm just gonna take this out very carefully. And this says follow your dreams, and we are going to add this on top. And this is so perfect, because my dream is to go to Paris. It has been a dream of mine, oh my goodness, for like 10 years, and I really wanted to go for my birthday this year, so I'm still hoping that I can do that. And so I'm gonna put this one right here. So it says always follow your dreams. So I'm just gonna use this glue and just try to do little tiny bits of glue here. Okay, and there we go. And then I'm just going to glue this right there on the center. Super cute. And then we're going to, of course, add our flowers. Okay, so I think I'm gonna add my flowers just on one side here. Put 1, 2, and then one more. And I just love the color of these flowers, my goodness. And then I'm going to add a piece of gold, and this was cut at 4.5 by 4.5. And you know what, I'm going to round the corners here as well, and this will be a perfect place to add a picture of me in Paris on my birthday. Okay, let's hope for that. So I'm gonna put these right there, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue. You don't want to add too much glue here because the gold cardstock shows the glue on the other side. Okay, so that's gonna go right there. Look how cute this looks. I just really love the pink and the gold, and this chipboard piece is just perfect. And then I'm going to do the same for the spine and for the back. So I cut this piece at 2 3/4. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue this down, and then I cut the smaller piece at 3 inches by 2 3/4. Okay, and we're just gonna glue this one right here, and we're going to add the ribbon here and on the back as well. And there you go, we're done with our beautiful book. Of course, I still have to decorate the inside. I promise I'll be back with a final walkthrough for the inside pages as well. Remember that I do have some kits available for this album, and I'm gonna have that link on the description box below. I also have the cutting guide PDF, and I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and for all your sweet comments all the time. If you're watching this video on the premiere, thank you so much for being here, and it's always fun to chat with you as we watch the video together. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye.